Have you ever met someone who knows every meme, every trend, every online argument, but can't get through a dinner without checking their phone? That's not just bad manners, that's the modern connectivity trap. The strange reality where being constantly connected is exactly why so many people feel lonely. Being online used to be something you did. You checked email, argued on a forum, logged off. Now it's an identity. Some people are so chronically online, they've developed strong opinions about things that don't exist. They'll spend hours debating fictional characters or internet drama, close the laptop, and then have nothing to say to the real person across from them. Not because they're boring, but because all their social energy was spent somewhere else. Somewhere along the way, having a social life stopped being about people and started being about screens. It's no longer how do I connect with someone, but how do I perform connection for an audience? And that shift matters. You can destroy your social life by optimizing it for likes instead of actually living it. You see this most clearly in how people document everything. Someone goes to a concert and films the entire thing. They weren't really at the concert, they were at a content opportunity. The experience itself becomes secondary to proving it happened, and the proof is for people who weren't even there. Here's the paradox nobody likes to admit. The person with the most followers is often the loneliest person in the room. They've built an audience of thousands, but can't call the single one when something goes wrong. Because followers aren't friends, they're spectators. You've built a stadium, but no one's actually on the field with you. The most genuinely connected people tend to be the least online. They don't post much, they don't have a personal brand, they're just present. They show up, listen, remember details, and somehow have more depth in one friendship than most people have across an entire following list. There's a moment every chronically online person hits when real life starts to feel like the thing you do between scrolling sessions. You're sitting with someone you care about, but you're only half there. Part of your brain is still chewing on something you saw hours ago. That's the sign. You're not living anymore. You're buffering through your own life. The internet also gave everyone a highlight reel to compare their behind the scenes to. You're watching other people's best moments on a loop and wondering why your Tuesday feels like a failure. You're not comparing lives, you're comparing a full life to a trailer, and trailers are always better than the actual movie. We've built a system that sells loneliness back to us as community. The more isolated you feel, the more you scroll. The more you scroll, the more isolated you feel. It's a perfect loop, very profitable for everyone except you. Now we have people who are technically always in contact with everyone, but emotionally unavailable to no one. They reply instantly, but never say anything real. They react with emojis, but won't pick up the phone. They know what you posted, not how you're doing, and somehow that counts as friendship now. Real connection is inefficient. It wastes time. It's long meals that go nowhere, conversations without a point, being bored together. The internet made us allergic to that slowness. Everything has to be stimulating and shareable. But the best parts of having people in your life can't be filmed. At the root of all this is fear. Fear of missing out, fear of being forgotten, fear of silence. So every quiet moment becomes a scroll. Every feeling becomes content. But running from silence doesn't make you connected. It just makes you distracted. You don't fix this with a dramatic digital detox announcement. You fix it quietly by choosing the room you're actually in over the one on your screen. You don't need to delete everything. You just need to start being somewhere fully. You don't need to curate your life. You need to live it. Put the phone down. Finish the conversation. Laugh at something that never gets posted, because some of the best moments are the ones nobody else ever sees.